is to say, "Good morning, Warriors. I hope you're having a great day so far." But I realize that this is not morning announcement. But seriously, I want to begin by saying that I am honored to stand before you today and share, like our morning announcements, this stage with Ashley Henson. We have worked so hard alongside each other for these past 4 years, and I am thankful for this opportunity to speak to you one last time. How can I give a proper thank you to the people who have impacted our lives in such a powerful way? Our families and teachers' unending devotion to us has touched our lives in ways that we probably do not even realize yet, but we are grateful. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to my family. You guys mean the world to me. Words cannot express how grateful I am for teaching me how to live for God and follow Him, even when it's not easy. You have always been my biggest encouragement and support system, and you have taught me lessons that I will carry with me wherever I go. Thank you for always having my back and being there for me, no matter what. I love you. I also thank God for the faculty, administration, and staff at FCS. Miss Ashley and Miss Barrett, thank you for exposing us to all styles of literature. Miss Bailey and Miss Holmes, thank you for your patience as you taught us functions and derivatives. Lord knows we needed it. Miss Hess, thank you for being there for us. We all know that your room is always open for counsel and encouragement. Mr. Winfield, thank you so much for retests and study sessions. Ms. Parker, thank you for stretching us to do our very best. Ms. Fornash, thank you for being with us every step of the way as we planned our futures. Mr. Beveridge, thank you for sharing your love of history with us, and of course, your disdain for every Disney movie ever made. Ms. Peters, thank you for the patience you had with us and for showing us how fun you can be in Costa Rica. Who knew you would prefer bathing in a jungle river over sitting in your office? Thank you to my amazing class, the class of 2012. There are so many things that I love about you guys. Our teachers have always said that we have been able to have fun wherever we are, and we have truly proven this. We have had fun at school events, during class, and even deep in the jungle. As also experienced in Costa Rica, we are so filled with joy. No matter what comes our way, we have been able to laugh ourselves through anything. We've all been in this together, and we have made many memories that will last forever, and I am thankful for each and every one of them. Congratulations, we have finally made it. Now, for the next few moments, I would like for everyone to take a trip down memory lane. Think back to your first day of school. For some of us in this room, thinking this far back will be harder than it will be for others. Many of us will agree that the first day of kindergarten or first grade was one of the most terrifying days of our lives. However, we survived the day and slowly began to enjoy the activities of elementary school. We learned cursive in second grade, practiced our multiplication tables in third, and as young as we were, began thinking about our futures. As my class and I shuffled along through our first few years, I would often look up and across that field and wonder what it would be like to be in 4th and 5th grade. Being so young, I was fearful of what the future may hold in that unknown area. Before we knew it, the years of 4th and 5th grade were upon us, and we were so cool that we even got our own lockers. Toward the end of 5th grade, thoughts of junior high began creeping into my head. I couldn't even imagine what it was going to be like to switch classes and have 7 different teachers, so I kept looking up toward those huts with some anxiety. Whether you began junior high at FCS or another middle school, it may have seemed scary at first, but we all quickly adjusted to our new schedules. At FCS, we shuffled along from hut to hut, and as the years went on, we began to think about high school. We would look up at that brick building and think about the approaching years that we would spend there. The very first Amazing Race and Moving Up party happened at the end of 8th grade year, and just like that, we were officially high school students. The beginning of freshman year was an eye-opener to many of us, as we started to realize that our next 4 years will be important to our years in college. The beginning of high school was also filled with many exciting firsts. Varsity team sports, school dances, licenses, Sweet 16s, class trips, and more. As we went through high school, we started to gain more and more independence. Our parents realized that we did have some maturity, and slowly began to let us make our own choices. All throughout our high school years, as we shuffled along through many tests, projects, and even the dreaded SAT, we started looking up at the seniors and wondering what our last year would be like. When it finally arrived, we were so excited. All of the privileges and perks, like senior lunch, were long awaited and, if I may say so, quite deserved. The thrill of senior year started to wear off as soon as we began our college applications. The tough decision of choosing what to do with our futures became a reality, and for some of us, the decision-making process lasted until the end of the year. After all of our applications were turned in, we started thinking about our mission trip. Costa Rica lived up to and exceeded our expectations, and I think every day at least one of us says that it's time to go back. We all survived the rainforest, but upon returning, we fell victim to a contagious disease known as senioritis. Homework sank to a much lower priority, Facebook became an unavoidable distraction, and our attention spans reverted to those of a toddler. Finally, it was time to prepare for the momentous occasion that we are celebrating today, graduation. We have been looking forward to this for a very long time, and it has finally arrived. We've shuffled through our entire 12 years of school looking forward to this single day. Isn't it crazy how much our perspective has changed? 12 years ago, we were afraid of our first day of school. We were nervous about going across the field. We were anxious about junior high and waited in anticipation for high school. Now, we are staring into the face of our futures. We are about to decide what we want to do for the rest of our lives. Since we have all thought so much about college, it is hard to imagine that the next 4 years will go by as fast as our past 4 years of high school. These years are only moments compared to what we have in store for us for the rest of our lives. Colossians 3:1-3, the Message, says, "Pursue the things over which Christ presides. Don't shuffle along, eyes to the ground, absorbed with the things right in front of you. Look up and be alert to what is going on around Christ. That's where the action is. See things from his perspective." The point that I would like to make today is that we should keep our focus on eternity. While we shuffle around, the things right in front of us changing as our lives change, there is something in our perspective that should never change, our futures in eternity. As James 4:14 says, our lives are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. Much like high school or college is short compared to the rest of our lives, compared to the eternity that we will spend with Jesus Christ, our lives are just a vapor. For the short time that we are here, I pray that we will make the most of what God has blessed us with. So many opportunities await us, and we cannot afford to let them pass by. As we leave today, after walking across this stage, diplomas in hand, futures ahead, I want everyone to remember the verses in Colossians 3. This exhortation gives us two choices. We can either shuffle along, absorbed in the temporary pleasures that this world offers us, or we can look up, focus on eternity, and see things from the perspective of Jesus Christ. I would like to take this time to congratulate each and every one of you in the Fayetteville Christian School class of 2012, and my prayer is that we will look up and make every moment of our lives count for his glory. Thank you.